What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Gunfish TV. Back out here on the water today, and I'm super excited because I'm not fishing a tournament. Now, you're probably saying, why are you excited that you're not fishing a tournament? Well, that's because literally over the last couple of months, almost every time I've hit the water, I have been fishing a tournament. And I'm going to be honest with you, some days I just want to go fun fishing. So today, I'm out here on the water and I'm just fun fishing. That is it. So we're going to be going after the biggest fish we can catch, the most fish we can catch, whatever fish we can catch. We're just going to have some fun. But one thing about today is it is going to be extremely hot. Yesterday it was over 97. We had record high temps. Today it's going to be 93, 94 with very, very high heat indexes as well. So we're going to be dealing with the heat. Also, we're going to be dealing with high water temps. I just put the boat in. The water temp is 84.24 and climbing. As the day goes on, the water's going to get even hotter. We might be seeing upper 80s as far as water temps. So we're going to start off shallow this morning, see if we can get a bite on some points, maybe on a spinnerbait, buzzbait, frog, popper, kind of see if we can get a fish to come up. And then we're probably going to have to move out deep as the sun comes up and the fish kind of push off the bank. But this place has some big fish. It is extremely clear, has a lot of vegetation. So, you know, it has its challenges, but also it's a lot of good fishing here. So I think we can figure them out. Might have to use the live scope a little bit off these points. I know everybody don't love it. I don't love it myself, but you know, we'll see how today goes. Hopefully we catch them on top, maybe get some big ones, but as y'all can see, the sun is coming up, so we need to go ahead and start firing some casts. We're gonna start right over here, right over my right shoulder. Got some points right here. So let's go ahead. Let's see if we can catch a big one. All right. Man, I'm excited. Like I said, just not to be fishing a tournament is exciting for me. But we're going to start off with the popper. I'm throwing this on 15-pound test P-Line C21. And this is actually a Lew's TPX 1 speed stick. This is the 6/8 topwater rod. And this rod, I love this rod for a popper, like a Bangalore or something. Has a lot of tip to it. Has a good, you know, good solid backbone, but has a lot of tip to it, so you can work that bait really good, and when a fish loads up on it, you don't pull it away from him. So, and I'm just throwing this on the regular old speed spool reel. I believe this is the best $100 reel you can buy, I'm gonna be honest with you. But we're gonna start right here off these points. You can kind of see where these cypresses come out. You got these points, another point up here, and I'm gonna see if we can get a fish to come up kind of right off here off the end. You're probably wondering how deep was the water that I just cast it up into. Not very deep, maybe about 3 or 4 foot. These points come way out, way out. Now I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna kind of throw up closer, and then I'm gonna kind of work my way out. See if we can get a fish to come up. But we got some pretty good wind. And actually, the cloud cover is kind of nice too. I didn't realize that the cloud cover was gonna be this much today, but they are calling for potential storms and rain this afternoon, so that is one thing. Let me see what we got going on here. Are my hooks connected? Oh, my hooks are through each other. No wonder it wasn't working right. All right. Throw the spinnerbait through them. See if we can get something to bite that. There's one. There's one. Oh, that was a pickerel. Spinnerbait though. Small little chain pickerel. But hey, normally what they're biting is what the largemouth are biting as well. That's one thing a lot of people, you know, they are, or a lot of people consider them trash fish. But one thing I will say, through my years of experience, if the pickerel are biting a certain bait, then most of the time the bass are biting that bait as well. Oh, there's one. What is that? Is that a bass? I can't tell what this is. Oh my, I don't know if this is a bass or a pickerel. It's fighting oh, it is a doggone blackfish. I have not caught one of these in here in years. I mean, it has been years since I've caught one of these in here. He is going, I was like, this fish is fighting weird, and he absolutely engulfed my spinnerbait. We're gonna get the net so he doesn't just destroy my spinnerbait. Well, I mean, that's the first one of them that I've caught in here in a long time, and he's not a small one either. He absolutely inhaled my doggone spinnerbait. These things will destroy your baits. Might be semi-destroyed already, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. All right, y'all, so this bowfin has completely destroyed my spinnerbait. Let's let this guy go. Don't want to, I mean, they are so slimy. They are just nasty, nasty fish, but they've been around forever. Get out here. Look at my spinnerbait. Look at my spinnerbait, absolutely destroyed. Hey, nice fish though. Let's go ahead and get retied. God, it's just mangled. All right, back in action. So we had to switch up spinnerbaits, which I don't love. And somehow I've gotten a little bit low on spinnerbaits. I might have to swap a skirt on one or change something up if I don't get bit on this one, because like I said, I got a couple bites pretty quick. This one's got a little bit more like chartreuse glimmer in it than what I really want, but we'll see if we get bit on it. It might absolutely crush it, you know. Yeah, that's one thing you don't never ever know until you throw something. But we'll throw this one a little bit, see if we get knocked, and if not, we'll switch up and go to something a little bit more natural looking. Oh, that is a huge blackfish that just came up. What is this? I mean, that was a monster blackfish. Is this a pickerel? This is a pickerel. It's a lot of fish stacked up there in that one spot. Oh, he came off. Golly, I'm gonna tell you what, that was just an absolutely huge blackfish. That fish was easily over 10 pounds. And when I say blackfish, I mean bowfin. That's what I'm referring to. But wow, that thing's a giant. My spinnerbait's not acting right. My line is hung up. All right, let's put that big worm on. Let's throw that thing. Or I got it on already, so. I'm gonna drag this thing and see if we can get a big fish way out here off the end of this point right here to bite. Probably that giant blackfish is gonna bite it, probably right off the darn bat. Hope not. Oh, there's that blackfish. Oh my God, he's huge. Oh my, oh, it's a bass. That's a nice bass. That is crazy. I literally saw this bass swimming on the end of this point. I thought it was a blackfish. I saw the wake. Oh, well, that's crazy, and that is a terrible daggum. I don't even know what I was gonna say. Terrible something. But anyway, off the end of this point, that dude came up and was swimming towards the boat, and I saw him. That is pretty crazy. That is pretty crazy. That is a nice doggone fish. That is a pretty one. Well, one for the big worm. Thank you, bud. I saw the fish, because right here is where I saw that great big blackfish come up at. And I was like, that's a big old blackfish right there swimming right towards me. And nope. Solid largemouth. Out here over 8 foot of water. That's pretty wild. I've never had that happen before. Never, not once. I just saw it, I mean, just swimming, the water so clear. That fish was like a foot or two under the water. And I was like, oh, a fish is swimming right to me. That was wild. Here's one. Got that one. Is that another? Oh my goodness, that's another bowfin. That is another bowfin. Yeah, this isn't good. You don't want these to get populated somewhere like this. All right. Let's get this guy in here. I mean, that one I saw earlier was massive. This is not as big as the other one I saw. So let's get him in the boat. We need to be catching big bass, not these doggone suckers. Here you go, buddy. Whew. Nasty sucker. Got my tools all bloody, all in my hand. Boat is bloody. Man, what a mess. Haven't caught those things in here in years, and here I am. Done caught a couple pretty quick. Well, I mean, it's a fish, but definitely not what we want. God, they're so slimy. All right, let's make a move. Let's make a move. So let's go, we're gonna go up here in front of us on the left. Let's go up here and see if we can get us a big one. We're just gonna idle over there. Probably throw the spinner bait kind of up to the point, and then we'll get off of it and throw the big worm. Should be able to get a fish right here on the spinner bait. Keyword, should. There he is. Good fish. Oh my God, what is this? Is this a bass? It's another big fish. This is a big fish. I mean, this is a big one. Oh yeah, it's a bass. Oh, he's hooked funny. He's hooked funny. He's not that big. He's just hooked funny, but it is a bass. Golly, how strong are you, dude? Like he's hooked like crossways on the outside of the mouth. Like really weird. Get in here. That's a nice one though. I mean, he's a little bit better than what I thought. I'm not gonna lie. He's a daggum tank is what he is. He's hooked right in the roof of the mouth, but man, it was so funny feeling. Y'all check that tank out. Man, that's a nice fish. Well, we hadn't caught a lot of bass, but I'm gonna tell you, we've caught some decent ones. We're gonna kick around and come back. It's a great big stump down there. I saw it, and that bass was on it. Take a picture of him. He's worth taking a picture of, right? Alrighty, pretty doggone fish. I mean, that's like a 3-pounder, easy. Hey, I'll take that. Caught that fish 100% on live scope. That's a nice bass too. Saw him sitting down there on a stump. Saw him sitting down there on a stump and saw him come and eat it. It's so crazy. I've never done this on this lake before, like just specifically target fish with live scope, but I'm gonna tell you, that's a solid one. Oh, he's got a nasty something on the bottom of his lip. It's a little bit nasty. Just throwing this big worm, just seeing him, and ugh, I don't know if y'all can see there. It's almost like a fungus growing under there, but nice fish. Another nice one, probably 2 3/4, probably. Yeah, I don't know what that is, some kind of parasite or something. Got something going on, but nice fish. Go on there, buddy. See if it jump for us. Nah, he ain't jumping for us. I mean, that fish was just so aggressive. He came over and jumped all over it. Man. And y'all know, you've been watching my channel long enough to know this is not my deal. This is not my bread and butter. This is not what I live and die by. This is, I live and die by the frog. I live and die by the buzz bait. Like that's my deal. And I really hate to come out here and do this, but I knew, with the conditions the way they were and everything that, I was probably going to have to implement some offshore stuff. I mean, I kind of knew that kind of right out the gate, but I tell you, it's crazy. It really is. I watched a video with Kyle Welcher, last night on Facebook, and he was talking about it, and he said his last 3 tournaments he had fished, yet every single fish that he had caught was with live scope, literally every single fish. And Kyle Welcher, I mean, obviously he's one angler a year, absolutely awesome pro fisherman, and he doesn't even love it. He said he doesn't even love it. It's just one of those things, especially on a professional tournament level. You're gonna have to use it. There's so much money coming in from the sponsors, Lowrance, Humminbird, Garmin. They all pour tons of money in to these organizations, Bass, MLF, FLW, all of that. They pour tons of money into these organizations. There's no way that it's going away. If you think it's going to go away, you're sadly mistaken, or at least I personally feel you're sadly mistaken, because these electronics manufacturers, they're making tons of money off of these pros using it, and you and I as consumers seeing it and buying it. And I mean, you can see right here, this is, I mean, I'm looking, I'm not staring at the screen. You know, I'm not staring at the screen. That's just not what I'm doing the whole time. But I mean, I can tell you right now that there's a couple stumps right here in front of me, and there's no fish on them. I mean, see the stumps? There's no fish on them. So I'm not even gonna throw to them. Actually, now I'm seeing that there is a fish right behind this stump that's closest to me. So I'm gonna throw right there to it. You know, I just landed right on that fish's head. You know, just like I did the last one. I saw the fish, I was, you know, easing over here to this point that's across from me, and I threw to that fish. Oh, there's a couple nice fish right there. So we're gonna throw to them. Like I said, this is just capability that I have now that I did not have before. And I mean, like people say, everybody can get it. I mean, if you want it bad enough, you can get it. I mean, somebody put it on a credit card or whatever. I mean, anybody can get it, you know. So it's just a matter of whether you want to spend the money. Because I hate it when people say, you know, people can't afford it. That's the reason they're crying about it. Nah, I don't think that's the sole case of anything, to be honest with you. There's a nice fish right there. There's a nice fish. He's just meandering out there. I'm gonna drop right down on his head. Saw him eat it. Saw that fish come and eat it. Not as big, but I saw him come over and eat it. Nice one. That's number 4. Number 4. Another one for the worm. He was not coming off. There we go. Another nice fish. Thank you, buddy. Easing over here to this point, and I've got some major line twists. That's one thing about throwing these big worms. They twist up so bad. Whew, I mean, twist terrible. But just eased over here to this point and saw him sitting down there. There's a couple more right there. Drop down on them and see. I saw that fish just like move fast, and I was like, yep, he is probably on my worm. And when I came up, sure enough, he was. Crazy, crazy. There he is. Little guy. Little guy. He looked a little bit better than that on live scope, I'm not gonna lie. These are the ones that like to put their fins in your hand. Get him by the lip. Little guy. Bit that big old worm though. He bit that big old worm. Got the Mock Crush combo putting in work today. I mean, putting in work. I saw that fish kind of make a circle on it, and I was like, yeah, he might have just ate it. And he did. Big fish just jumped right there in front of us. There's one. Yeah, another nice one. Another nice fish. Not as big as the others, but nice. All right, so that's number 5. Or was that number 6? That's number 6, but keeper number 5. Oh my goodness, I'm up here looking like an amateur dealing with these fish. Come here. And when they're eating it, they're eating it. They're not playing. They're eating it like they're supposed to. There's another one. Pretty fish. I saw a group of fish. I didn't really specifically target that fish, but I saw a group of fish up there and hooked my cast up there, and as soon as I came up, that fish was on it. So kind of sort of caught it with live scope. Kind of sort of. All right, I'm gonna ease up here to the dam. I might end up switching back to that red shad. Not 100% sure. Look at this, y'all. Banana been the boat the whole time. We eat bananas from here on out. Alrighty. See if we can get us a dadgum fish. Just threw right behind a couple fish. Like I said, I do have on this blue colored worm. I just put it on. So I'm not sure what they think about it. Cool. Huge blackfish. See if he just bit it. Oh my God, there's so many in here. There he is, he's got it. It's a giant too. Oh my God, he's huge. Oh, he's huge. He's huge. This might be my biggest one that I've ever caught. I'm telling y'all, this is a monster. Golly. I don't know what this dude will go. I mean, he's so big, like he's not even, I saw this fish come up. Like he don't even hardly know he's hooked yet. He's gonna make a heck of a run once he finally decides to go. This is a giant. This is definitely a citation, Virginia citation. I don't want him to cut my line. Don't get in my trolling motor. This is a monster. This is a giant. I mean, he's got it deep. I don't want him to cut my line. I trust my P line, but I can tell you these suckers got some sharp teeth. This thing is huge. Once I get him up here to try to net him, he's gonna definitely make a run. I don't know if y'all can see how big this thing is. Oh my God, there he goes. There he goes. He said, nope. Nope. My goodness, this thing is big. I mean, he's going, I can't even, like, I'm trying to drag and he's going, oh, I knew that was going to happen. Look at him. God, he is just running. Deep enough. Oh my God, he's huge. He is big. I gotta make sure I got my button pushed. Oh no. Oh. Oh, we got him. Holy, he is huge. God. That is a giant. That is a freaking giant. That is probably the biggest one that I've ever caught. I'm telling y'all, this is a monster. God. God, look at that thing, y'all. Absolute giant. Looks like he's not as big as I thought. It looks like he's 981. 981. God, giant fish. I mean, that thing is an absolute monster. I mean, giant. That is a monster. That's the biggest one that I've caught in quite a while. That's a Virginia citation. Virginia citation is 30 inches long, and he was 31 inches long, so absolute giant. Wow. All right, well, back here at the boat ramp, the horse flies are absolutely ridiculous, so I'm not going to take very long to get out of here. But after I caught that great big blackfish, I ran back down the lake a little bit. My GoPro started overheating, so I wasn't able to record, but I could see that the fishing had really slowed down. I was still seeing the fish on the stumps. I was throwing the worm to them. I threw a shaky head to them, some smaller stuff, and they just were not paying it any of attention. I was dragging it right by them, and they had just got in that just midday summer funk that they like to get in. So I was very lucky to be able to catch them early. You know, I did catch almost all my fish today on live scope. I know everybody that watches my channel doesn't love live scope. I personally don't love live scope, but I knew coming in today to this particular lake that has a lot of offshore stumps, I knew that it was probably going to play, and I was going to have to throw that big worm to, you know, generate some quality bites. And it did. It did. I ended up with some nice fish. So, you know, do I love the technology? Like I said, you know, it's a lot of different opinions on it. But one thing I can say is it absolutely works, as y'all saw today. It's a game changer. You know, if you compete in tournaments, especially on lakes, you're probably going to need it. You're probably going to need it. You're probably going to need to get it at some point. But hey, for fun fishing, you don't need it at all. And that's what we were doing today. But, you know, I got the pressure on me to catch some fish for you all that watch my videos, so I was able to do that. So if you enjoyed this video, be sure to hit that subscribe button, go check out some of my other videos, and I'll see you next time on Gunfish TV.